Building Racial Literacy is an anti-racist professional learning programme which advances anti-racism as a baseline value for educators across Scotland. More than 90 people completed the programme in December, with another 100 finishing in March 2023. With a wider network of past participants, our learning never ends. So what exactly happens on the Building Racial Literacy programme? Racial literacy helps us see things we didn't notice before. I feel like my mind has been opened. I'm now so much more mindful of others. I can now see examples of everyday racism that previously would have gone unnoticed. The programme doesn't give you all the answers and a set formula for challenging racism in education. That's because there are no quick fixes or shortcuts for dealing with the complex issue of racism. Instead, Building Racial Literacy supports critical reflection and collaborative, deeper learning. It empowers us to work together and find answers that fit our different contexts and settings. The learning has been powerful. I end each session with more questions than when I started, and that's a good thing. I feel less guilt about my lack of knowledge and more empowered to go and find out. By seeing other people's ideas and articulation of the possible steps we can go through on our journey, I feel there is a possible path forward. That, in itself, is reassuring. Building racial literacy helps us to make sense of our anti-racist journeys. The anti-racism journey is neither linear or static. The programme helped me contextualise my personal journey so far, and I understand where it will continue to go. It has been helpful realising I am not a bad person or alone in my journey. This is a well-trodden path, and there are so many people that I can learn from. Anti-racist journeys are emotional. So the programme creates safer, braver spaces for us to learn together in a way that is inclusive and supportive, where we can approach anti-racism with our hearts, not just our brains. Conversations about race can be emotional, and how people feel will vary from person to person. What's mildly uncomfortable for one person could feel distressing for another. The programme has caused a cauldron of emotions, from sadness, anger, guilt, and hope. Being able to articulate our feelings and thoughts in groups has created a sense of solidarity and reassurance as we progress together on this journey. On the programme, we all keep a reflective journal to help us process our emotions and deepen our learning. The journaling supports my learning by revisiting experiences in a critical way. The journaling process gives me time to think about how the content of the course is relevant to my daily experience. It has helped me question and challenge things that I previously thought could not be changed. Learning about racism will feel uncomfortable, but please don't be put off by this, particularly if you're from a white majority ethnic background. Learning is more effective when we step outside of our comfort zone. Working out how racism involves me and the setting I work in is going to be an uncomfortable but necessary part of my anti-racist journey. This course has really challenged me in the right way. I now realise any discrimination I experience for being English in Scotland doesn't come close to the systematic racism rooted in colonialism. This is certainly the first time I've considered what being white really means. The responsibility of anti-racism should never fall on only one person's shoulders, especially if that person is at risk of experiencing racism or racial trauma. Because we know that our anti-racist journeys are going to be long and sometimes challenging, it is important that we look after ourselves and each other. With the Building Racial Literacy programme, there is power in gathering, in knowing that we can support each other and make a difference together. Anti-racism is everyone's responsibility to help make Scotland an anti-racist country, where everyone has the right to be safeguarded from racism.